Lara Croft is dead, or at least missing, and after a short memorial service with Winston and her parents, who aren't dead, missing, or trapped in an ancient Norse underworld,
spoilers,
we see Lara's friends gather to chat about some of her secret, never-before-seen past adventures. First of all, the Philosopher's Stone. Dumbledore said it was destroyed, but he lied and hid it in Rome, so it's off to Italy we go. Back in 95, Lara waits in an opera house for Pierre Dupont to deliver a keystone to her. Unfortunately, she's greeted by his half-wit sidekick Larson. She calls him a monkey, he steals her money, she punches Pierre, steals his stone and leaps on stage. Then the audience erupts into a torrent of cheers when Pierre starts shooting at the opera singer. Lara steals a pizza delivery bike, perhaps for a change of career, and zooms off down an alley. Lara gets changed in some dingy back street and discards her formal dress, and I imagine there's now one fantastic looking hobo walking around thanks to her. Lara vandalises some houses and murders some pet dogs. The Frenchman and the cowboy reveal that they want Lara to find the keystones to open the gateway to the Philosopher's Stone for them, so in the meantime Pierre can take his BFF on a mandate to get some milkshake. Bless. After a while, Lara finds a keystone, then BAM! Ambush. Lara is groped by Larson, but don't worry Lara, he's only after the keystone and I'm pretty sure his mandate with Pierre went well, so fingers crossed there. But unfortunately for him, he's not dragon-proof, as he finds out when the draconic guardians of the gate come alive and attack him. Know what dragons don't like though? Shotguns. Lara uses the keystone and enters the resting place of the Philosopher's Stone. But uh-oh, disaster strikes and Lara falls into the depths of this chamber of secrets. Pierre shows up just in the nick of time to save Lara from falling into a seemingly bottomless pit to her death, and instead of thanking him, her psychotic nature surfaces and she runs him over the edge and he falls to his death. Or does he? Lara ascends to the chamber above and takes her prize, the Philosopher's Stone, eternal life. Lord Voldemort would have been so jealous. Back at the memorial, thoughts turn to Lara's expedition to recover the Spear of Destiny from a sunken U-boat. This story begins when Lara infiltrates a Russian base. She kills some of the staff and has fun playing around with the world's largest arcade claw machine, then hops onto a handy nuclear sub. Once again, our heroine displays her less than excellent ability at picking hiding places and hides right in front of the cargo hold. Brilliant hiding place, nobody could possibly go in there. Oh no, wait, she gets captured pretty quickly by a sinister Russian admiral who locks her in a big, comfy bedroom. But oh no, Lara decides not to take 5 minutes to actually relax and lounge around a bit. She rips a metal bar off the wall with her bare hands and uses it to escape into a kitchen. Time for some food? No, time to smash a cook's head in with a crowbar and nick his keys is what it's time for. Lara didn't know that this was Igor, the best cook in the world who won MasterChef just months earlier, but since she caved his skull in, he can barely boil an egg. Not content with just maiming people, Lara borrows some pistols and fills the rest of the crew with lead. Now bear witness to Lara's most visually ridiculous costume change, the diving suit. I mean honestly, she managed fine without one when raiding the Maria de Ria, and this looks like something Darth Vader would wear to a Lady Gaga concert. A short swim later and Lara enters the sunken U-boat and retrieves the Spear of Destiny before escaping the collapsing wreck. Once on the submarine, Lara gets ambushed again and her artifact stolen. The mafia goon who took it violently blows up, setting Lara on another race against time as the submarine starts to sink. However, in a dramatic change in personality, Lara attempts to save the captain of the submarine after she slaughtered his entire crew. He helps her escape, but in return, Lara lies to his face about telling the world of his courageous story. Nice. Back at Croft Manor, thunder cracks, the lights go out, and the priest Father Patrick tries his hand at a ghost story as he recalls naughty teenage Lara's adventures into the wild darkness of Ireland. Once upon a time, Miss Croft was staying at Winston's house. There she heard rumour of apparitions and lights on a nearby island and contacted Father Patrick instead of minding her own business. Lara hides, amazingly undetected, in Father Patrick's boat and hitches a ride to the mysterious island, where she witnesses the suspicious priest sneak into a hidden passage. Following him, she arrives at a gallows tree and has a conversation with a rotting corpse. He tells her his spirit is trapped in limbo and he needs her to return his heart to him.
Here's an idea, Lara. Slap yourself. Make sure you're not dreaming and then get the hell out of there. You're unarmed and that's a heartless zombie. Run away! No? Fine. Stay. Throw yourself down the well and get mauled by goblins and elves and skeletons and tiny little albino pig people. See if I care.
Ignoring my warning, Lara carries on and finds the demon heart and also meets up with Father Patrick, who for some unbelievable reason doesn't take Lara straight home, but walks off and leaves her all by herself. How nice. What does Lara the teenager do? She doesn't follow after him. She follows after an Irish Dementor as it snakes around an ancient labyrinth because nothing could possibly go wrong with that plan. There she finds an ancient spellbook and bumps into a evasive priest again, whose hair has turned white from fright. God only knows what he saw to make that happen. Performing some arcane rite, Lara attempts to cast a protective circle on the floor, but bam! The priest gets bopped by a demon on horseback. Just think, Lara, if you hadn't got involved, then he'd still be at home sipping tea, safe and warm by the fire. Now, he's halfway to hell. It should make for an interesting sermon though, should he survive. The demon tells her she has to help him escape the island or he'll gut the priest. How? She has to find a way to stop the flow of running water because demons don't like getting their feet wet. Brilliant. So our heroine now has the task that could be completed by a beaver. The free demon tries to finish off Lara. The priest tells Lara to read the book she found. Read the book? About to get beheaded, hardly the time to read a book. So she shouts out some demonic names and gains control over him, politely telling him to be quiet and banishing him back to the demon realm. Ah, Lara, so innocent. Just wait till you get some guns. Your manners are going to abandon you faster than your parents. So back in 97, Lara decided to take back the artifact she rightfully won from the giant chocolate orange in Cambodia, the iris, but it's safely hidden at VCI. In order to infiltrate the building, Lara needs help. Meet Zip, a disgruntled ex-employee of Von Croy and one of the most annoying characters you are ever going to meet. So let's get this straight. By now, Lara has survived the collapse of a temple at Angkor, banished a demon, survived a plane crash, discovered the Philosopher's Stone, hunted Bigfoot, discovered and destroyed Atlantis, and killed a dragon. But yet she needs help from an over-caffeinated guy at a computer to get through a building. Huh. Thankfully, Lara has the sense to tell him to shut up, so he doesn't bother her too much. Clad in black PVC, because there's a time and a place for a bikini, she takes the stealth route through VCI, hiding in vents and shadows and stealing security keys. After Zip tells her not to hurt anyone, she starts shooting people in the face. She inexplicably hires him and then ignores his advice. Terrific. What a valuable character he is. It's not long before she swipes the iris, but how to escape? For starters, she loses her weapons and needs to get through the world's largest X-ray machine. How she doesn't keel over and die from radiation exposure is a mystery. Luckily, she still has some chloroform to knock the guards unconscious, but she probably enjoyed more anyway. Lara turns her attention to the iris, discovering its powers of teleportation. Unfortunately, it sends her to another part of the building, and we learn that Von Croy has only just realised his workforce is being shot and his artefacts stolen. Let's be honest, you wouldn't need CCTV to realise who was behind that, would you? In perhaps the most bizarre act of retaliation, he sets an attack helicopter on his own building while he's still inside. The building is being torn to pieces, alarms are ringing, and there are guards everywhere, but Lara still finds time to have a quick go in the shooting range instead of hightailing it to the nearest fire escape. Here's where you meet VCI's most dangerous weapon, the Cyborg, an almost invincible metal bald man in a suit. Before escaping, she fills the building with a toxic gas just to make sure she's killed everyone, and then takes a hang glider to freedom, or at least to another roof. Hopefully she doesn't have as much trouble escaping that building. Back in 2000, the friends finish talking about her secret adventures and post Lara's absence. Meanwhile in Egypt, Von Croy's slaves bring something to his attention. Well, what is it?
We've found her.
No, you found her backpack. Keep looking.